Welcome back to another part of this F125 My Team career mode, back for round number 6 today at the Spanish Grand Prix as we continue our return to Formula 1 as an owner-driver once more in my team. And we come off the back of, well, everything that could have happened did happen in that Monaco race just gone. But we're back in the black and gold, having been in a very different livery in red and white. And we faced it all. Back of the grid, a lap 1 crash. Then pandemonium at Raskas, not only once, but twice. I'm still honestly processing everything that happened there, including the penalty we got for hitting our teammate, even though we basically ghosted through him. But even with a penalty midway through that race, even coming from the back of the grid, we still managed an amazing P4 in all the circumstances. But you saw there, the man of the hour was the home favourite, Charles Leclerc, finally getting off the mark at McLaren in a very fitting red and white McLaren car that was fitting of the Monaco colours. But as we enter Q1 then, starting our first flying lap there, this is how things look in the championship then. Through all of it, Bortoleto has actually silently been the most consistent man who leads the championship ahead of Russell. Then we've got Verstappen and ourselves. Leclerc with that win jumps up into a top 5 position, and it's all rather close between that top 5. And if it's going to stay like this for the whole season and to the end, it's those 5 drivers fighting, this is going to be really, really exciting. A blockbuster, season, because there are some big names in there at some big teams. They've had various different stories, from season 1 to here now, season 6. There's a lot of unfinished business for some of these drivers and teams as well. Lost championships in previous ones. And of course, for ourselves personally, just, now actually feeling more personally connected to this fight this season, driving as ourselves again. aarava up in P6 in Q1, Gasly topping the session with Maloney in second, surprisingly, for the Honda. But in the even bigger surprise, honestly, my jaw dropped. What on earth has happened here? Max Verstappen is out in Q1. He had a disaster in the race in Monaco, and maybe this is the biggest indication to you guys at home that how much the focus of an AI and momentum from race to race, picking up those good results, matters. Because straight away, bang, the race after Verstappen has a nightmare at Monaco. He's now out in Q1. He joins Lando Norris and Isaac Hadjar as well. Those two are other big names out in the first part of quali. So 3 drivers there looking to make up on Sunday then, including our teammate. But if anyone can come back, it is Max Verstappen. Let's be real, as we now start Q2. Someone's off in the gravel. We narrowly miss Leclerc. I think that was going very slowly. I've never seen that. On a quali lap, flying lap, the AI's driven into the gravel trap. It's on the Hondas, and I think it was because of Leclerc as we just managed to get our way through, but we had to lift off throttle. What is Leclerc doing? Leclerc is being an absolute... He's won a Grand Prix. Now he's acting like an absolute menace on the track. The Honda gets into the gravel trying to avoid him, and I had to lift off because I saw just the puff of gravel smoke and dust, and I just didn't keep my throttle pedal pinned, so I lifted off. So we've got enough fuel so we can carry on this lap. Tyre wear's 2%, so it's not ideal, but it's okay, as we're gonna... I thought this car was on a flyer, it's Paul Aaron. He's not on a flyer. He's actually finished his lap. He's actually provisional P1 right now. But yeah, we've got this awkward lap just getting round and starting again. Is Maloney now over to... What the... What's going on in this quali, man? What is going on? The AI have woken up and they've decided for chaos. Paul Aaron, he set the provisional quickest time in Q2. He's driven straight into us. I was letting Maloney by, and then he just kind of followed him through. Wasn't really prepared for it, and there was plenty of room on the left. I'm not going to lie, Paul. I'm not going to lie. There was a lot of room there on the left. He's just naturally come towards my car, and he's blown up on our side pod. Well... I mean, the FI have cleared me of any wrongdoing there. I've got no penalty, by the way, so I'm all fine. I was just trying to reset myself to get going here again. Unbelievable. It's all kicking off in Q2 then. We haven't even got to the race, and this race weekend has been rather explosive with 2 separate AI funny business incidences. Oh, bad lock up on that left. We go off circuit. We won't get a warning because we slowed up so much trying to get the car turned as we go up into P5 or 6 provisionally, but we're going to have to go again. Even though we just wasted time going around to start that lap, we're going to have to go again. And this is why we lost over half 6/10 of a second in that one lockup phase of that corner. So this was a needed lap, to be fair, as well. As you can see on the top left, we're P12. So we really, really needed this one. Purple in the first sector, which is good to see. 7/10 gained in the end, and it's P5. O'Sullivan in the Williams Porsche P1. Are Williams Porsche back? I mean, Aaron would have been up there, but he's now out of quali, having been P10. And look at that, Bortoletto out in P14, Gasly as well. So 2 big names from 2 of the bigger teams in the season so far are out. So we've got about 5-6 drivers on the back foot looking to make up. Paul Aaron, Gabriel Bortoletto, Pierre Gasly, Max Verstappen, Isaac Hadjar, Lando Norris, all these guys looking to make up places. They're out of position, and that's going to give an open opportunity maybe here in Q3. Not for us, though. What is going on now? I feel like that whole Q2 fast just flustered me a bit in terms of concentration. This is our only lap, by the way, because I've only got this one set of softs. So I just dipped a tyre into the grass by trying to push the limits a bit too much, and we're only P7 and we can't go again. Everyone else will go again, and so we get pushed down to P8. It's at least only one more position down the order. But the man of the hour then from Monaco, Leclerc, having caused havoc in Q2 on pole position, but O'Sullivan in second place. Williams Porsche back on the front row. Have they solved their issues? I guess we're going to have to find out in the race.
Max Verstappen's first win for Red Bull on debut here. One of the great dramatic days in Formula One after the clash on the first lap of Hamilton and Rosberg. The entire crowd at turn 7 on their feet cheering. An extraordinary race. It's always a treat to come back here for the Spanish Grand Prix. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Zach O'Sullivan completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Lawson, Alex Albon, and Stroll. Bashir, Button, Aaron, and Jack Doohan. Gasly, Bortoletto, Zay Maloney, and Martins. Verstappen, Crawford, Isaac Hadjar, Pepe Marti, Solov, Fittipaldi, Barnard, and Lando Norris starts from the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. Hello everyone, I'm Alex Jakes. Joining me for this one, a real authority on all things four-wheeled. Naomi Schiff is alongside me. Now, those final hours before a race, did you have a routine?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race. But I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
So if you're tuning into the grid sequence there, we've got a penalty for a Toyota driver, I think it was. So quite awkwardly, Paul Aaron now is the driver right behind us in P9. Hopefully no hard feelings for what happened in that quali session. Obviously, we've had plenty of history with Paul Aaron off the back of the end of last season. If you tune into that one in that title decider, let's hope we can look forwards rather than backwards. That's certainly the motto for Max Verstappen, way down the order, but I have no doubt he will recover. But what can we do from this position? And can Leclerc build on the momentum from that win in Monaco as we go to 5 red lights for the Spanish Grand Prix? Williams back on the front row, lights out, and we're underway. It's a good getaway for us. We're going to try and out-traction Bashir in the Benetton. We have got him now. The long run down to turn 1. Stroll on the right. It's all very 2x2 here, apart from Leclerc. O'Sullivan already under pressure from Russell. Dare I say, the Williams Porsche cars, maybe they've sold their pace in quali, but maybe in the race it's going to be a different story. I'm going to bet you now that O'Sullivan's going to be flying backwards like he's got an anchor attached to that rear wing, as we're still squabbling with the Canadian seeing Lance Stroll in that second McLaren as the other one shoots off into distance. Look at the mini-map. Leclerc's checked out already, annoyingly. That's a little bit concerning for the rest of us, but yeah, we had to actually fight Stroll quite a fair bit, so maybe that McLaren car has come good now at the right time for them as, I mean, look at O'Sullivan. His ERS light flashing away, harvesting away, and he's got nothing to defend Lawson or ourselves as we make the pass on the Williams Porsche, and now looking to get the Honda of Lawson from left to right on the outside. Lawson, though, still keeps his nose in, and he's actually done really well on the inside. I just can't get the power down, and he's done really well to keep it side by side up until that corner exit, and we will be up into P4, but annoyingly, he's so close to us, and now we don't have DRS. He does, I believe, so he's going to close up on us, and there's no real point even using too much battery, so I stopped deploying, because now it's now a case of I need to save it again to try and make that repass, as Russell and Albon are fighting for second and third, by the way, and Leclerc is trying to stretch his legs as much as he can. This time we get Lawson again at the same corner, but this time we really completely shut off any attempt of a repass, as we've got plenty of battery to then push away. But yeah, Leclerc on lap 5, 4 seconds clear of Albon and the Ferrari. Russell, ourselves, Lawson, Stroll, Gasly, Verschoor, O'Sullivan, Bortoletto, the top 10. So Bortoletto, good recovery for him. Verstappen, good recovery, up to P12, the Dutchman is. So our teammate, who we know how good he has been so far in this season, let's hope for his sake, bit of a blip at Monaco. You know, the tyre wear, the kerfuffle at Raskas, I think I'm going to put it down to that as, oh, it's just depressing for Williams, isn't it? I mean, it's wonderful if you were preying on their downfall for firing Yuki Tsunoda, having nearly won the championship. They fired the wrong driver, and now maybe F1 karma is paying them a visit, because what is that car? That car makes no sense. It's like the Ferrari from season 3, where it's clearly actually got some straight line and, you know, one lap pace, but then in the race it cannot hold its battery. It's just dumping, it appears to be, or something like that. Whatever the case, it's got no race pace. It's very similar to what we saw with Ferrari in Season 3. And speaking of Ferrari, they're back to their better selves, and Albon trying to hold off Russell, but he's on the better tyre now at this point in the race. As we have a massive tank slapper, we catch it. I don't know how we've done that. Very quick reactions. Bloody Nora, that was all hands on deck. I'm pretty sure we were perpendicular to the racing line at one point in that, as we have somehow held that, and we're only down to P5. We've wrecked the tyres a little bit. Lawson's repasses, but have a look at this. Oh my God, Tokyo drift me up there. That's unbelievable. From this angle, yeah, we are literally perpendicular. We were facing the wall on the right, dead on. I mean, it's sketchy stuff. You know, it's not an hour of a race unless you like to live on the edge a little bit here in the middle of the race. As we repass Lawson, and we're actually going to hopefully close up to Albon and Russell quite quickly again, because I was going to say Albon's on softs. Quite a few people started this race on softs. I chose mediums along with Russell, so Albon's actually doing an impressive job at holding those guys up, holding Russell up, and that's why I think we'll catch up to them quite quickly, as we now see 8 laps into this race, O'Sullivan has gone from 2nd to 17. And the two Toyotas not looking too great either. These cars were really, you know, those teams were really good last season. I think, and I've said this before, I think that change we've made for this season, resetting the tyre wear to spice things up a bit, you know what it's done? It's really shown the class difference between the AI drivers, because those lower rated drivers, they're just not able to carry themselves well on worn tyres, like Albon is doing, for example. Like Albon is over 90 rated now in this series. He's on softs, the same softs that those Williams are on, the Toyotas are on, and he has managed to hold up Russell enough up to lap 9 still for a top 3. And Verstappen, well, he's flying. He just overtook Gasly there, and he's up to P9, and he's on a set of softs as well. So Verstappen is doing wonders. And look at that, Albon repasses Russell. Oh, big lock up though. Spoke too soon. Commentator's curse came in. It was a doozy for Ferrari. Apologies. I really was about to compliment Albon there, and still, to be fair, he's doing a good job. But maybe that was the first sign of him struggling with the tyres, with the double lock up there. And you know what? I actually am going to try and undercut Albon, because yeah, he's doing wonders, but I think he probably should have come in earlier off those softs. I'm going to come in earlier off my mediums, but that just shows the stubbornness of some of these drivers. Like Verstappen's still... Oh, no, Verstappen's in. Verstappen's in now. Oh, hopefully the double stack's not too bad here. That's very annoying. Right, we're in. Please be a quick stop. Please be quick. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Where's Verstappen? Comes in. Ooh. Okay, I don't think he was bothered that much. But that's very impressive from Verstappen, you've got to say. It kind of shows maybe the difference in skill there of managing the tyres. Like, I had to bail out on mediums on lap 10. He's managed to take the softs to lap 10. So, yeah, at the moment, I think you could say at this point of this race, the AI definitely are better than me at the tyre around here in Catalonia. But that's fine, that's fine. We're playing the clever game where we can by pitting early and trying to get an undercut. And we will get that undercut, you know, having to overtake Fittipaldi. No bother, we didn't lose too much time. And we've jumped Albon out the pits. He's on another set of softs, though. What is that strategy for Ferrari? What? 2 softs? Crazy. And now we're catching up to Gasly, who hasn't come in yet. And my worry is that Gasly is going to do his teammate Russell a favour and hold me up as much as he can, because I'm trying to undercut Russell as well, remember. So Gasly will help his teammate out by defending us, but he's also going to try and back us into Albon then inadvertently. So I need to get this pass done. I'm desperate to get this move done. We're going to send it on the inside. Wince a little bit in the cockpit because we know the history between ourselves and Pierre Gasly, but he's actually not really put up much of a fight there. I thought he was going to give us a bit more of a squeeze, but I think his tyres are really going off now. I mean, 14 laps on those mediums is a long way to go, in my opinion, looking at the tyre wear we had. But Russell, Leclerc and Stroll, both McLarens are doing that. They're still going on mediums. So this is, I don't really know what the strategy is here with some of these drivers. Dare I say, are those top 3 doing a one-stop? Because there is a traditional one-stop around Catalonia when you have the tyre upgrades. So maybe those drivers still think they can do that, and they're not really clocking the tyre wear that we've got in the season. I don't know. That's the only thing about resetting the tyre wear the way we did to spice things up, is sometimes I don't think the AI actually know what their tyre wear is kind of like, and that's kind of also half the reason why it makes it exciting. Is Verstappen is cooking. He overtakes Bortoleto. He's up to P7. That man is flying. He is the flying Dutchman at the moment, and dare I say, I reckon a top 5 for Verstappen. That would be a great recovery for him from what was it, 17, 16? Unbelievable stuff, as Leclerc pits then finally onto a set of hard tyres. So that surely must be a one-stop. Russell as well, guaranteed. They're doing a one-stop. They're doing a one-stop. But this is interesting now. Verstappen is right behind Leclerc. Albon's ahead. Could Verstappen do us a solid? Could he be a great teammate for the first time this season and help us out a bit by overtaking Leclerc? Well, here you go. On to lap 18. He's flying through and punches past the McLaren up into P3. Bortoleto up the chuff of Leclerc. Bortoleto, please do something there as well for us if you can. Unfortunately, no, not going to be the case. On to lap 19, Leclerc will close back up to Verstappen, but even this fighting here is going to help us to stretch our legs, because we're P1 now, if you hadn't realised. So we're in the lead of this race, and we're just trying to go a little bit longer to about lap 22, I reckon, as we're now closing up to a back marker, lapping our first car of the day then. It's Martins in the cat. How's he not jumped out of the way there? Hello? Hello? Jump out of the way, but what are you... Martins, I swear to God, brother. What are you doing? What a cucumber. What a cucumber. If you get that reference, you're an OG F1 fan. What was that? What was that, honestly? As on lap 21, Verstappen now, having got Leclerc back again, he's now getting Albon. It's going to be a 1-2 for the team here in Spain. Is there about to be some sort of miracle in this race? I don't think so, because remember, me and Verstappen have to pit still again once more. The same for Albon, but I certainly think me and Verstappen could do some damage at the end of the race, and dare I say, both try and aim for a podium. I don't know. It depends on how quick Verstappen can be in that last phase of the race, because I think he's gone 2 softs as well. Yeah, he has. He's going to be in now, but Verstappen and Albon, they've both gone soft. So they're either going to be on a medium or a hard to end the race, whereas I do have a soft tyre to use. It's going to be a used soft, but hopefully it's not too bad. But I'm taking inspiration from my own teammate and going to a soft. I was going to go to a hard tyre, as you can see there clearly, but I've swapped it last minute to use softs because I thought, okay, come on. Clearly the soft has got a lot of pace. We just need to suck it up and show some skill of managing the tyre and use it in the same way Verstappen did. There's no mistake there, and 7% tyre wear is not too bad. That was probably the soft tyre we used in maybe Q1 or Q2. So that's all right. That's all right. We're out in P4. We've got a 3-second gap to Stroll, and now we just get our head down and push like the clappers as Verstappen gets past Gasly for the second time. Bortoleto following him through. Verstappen's on hard, so he did not have a medium to go to, so that might slow his progress up as Bortoleto is actually ahead of him. It was actually Albon was the Ferrari behind Verstappen, sorry, so Bortoleto has actually jumped Verstappen in that second phase of pit stops, as it is Leclerc leading from Russell, Stroll, all three of them going to the end, remember. So this is up to us. We've got to, roll our sleeves up and just get chugging, and we're going to do that immediately here on lap 24 as we have a snap off circuit a little bit on the curbing, but it's a big kamikaze dive to just make sure we get fully past Stroll, don't waste any more time, and now we see if we can bridge a 10-second gap. And the thing is, I was wondering how those guys were so quick at the start of the race. Well, this soft tyre, even though it's wearing quite quickly, look at the time we're gaining by being 2 compounds softer. We're down to 7 seconds. All I've got to do is try and mentally kind of forget about the tyre wear that's going to come, or that we might start feeling, and just try and keep this thing on the road, and we will close.
Okay, we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on soft. Tyre wear rates are lower than we expected. Stay out a little longer if you can.
What are you on about, Mark? My man just said the tyre wear's not as bad as expected, and then suggested to come in again. If it wasn't as bad as expected, you should tell me, yeah, no more stops to go. Mark is honestly losing brain cells as we go on through this season. That suggested 4-stop in Bahrain was the beginning. He just told us to come in on that lap, by the way. Ridiculous. We don't need to, because I'm going to shut him up, by the way, on the heads-up display, but you'll see lap 28, we're down to 3.6. We are gaining rapidly on Russell and Leclerc, and these tyres are still pretty all right. So this is going to get interesting. With about 3 laps to go now, we are now underneath 1 second. We're flying. No wonder those guys were so quick at the start of the race. This soft tyre is unbelievably fast around here, but soon the tyre wear will come, and we need to make the most of it now, so we waste no time getting Russell on the outside of the racing line. He actually put up a defense, but kind of, boxed himself in for that tighter line, and now we've got to make a run on Leclerc, because, dare I say, could this be the chance to get our first win driving as ourselves again on F1 25? We came back as an owner driver, we've had a podium now, but we have not won a race yet since being an owner driver again. Is this the time? Are we going to ruin Leclerc's day and party here off the back of Monaco and that win? He's had a win. It's our turn now, surely, as we go on to lap 32, DRS open. Leclerc gives us a squeeze. Inches away from banging tyres, but it's respectful racing into turn 1. We're up into P1. Unfortunately, though, now I need to focus on defending in a weird way. In hindsight, maybe I could have on purpose kept behind until the last lap, but when you're trying to go for that first win, you just have, tunnel vision. You just want to make the pass and then try and sort it out later. And sort it out later, I'm having to, because look at the tyre now on the bottom right. All of a sudden, we've got brick orange tyre wear. It was like a cliff edge. The tyre's gone off, and now we're in trouble. We're a sitting duck. No DRS. Leclerc gaining. Russell gaining. We squeeze the McLaren, who hits us a little bit. We're down to 3rd. We're going to make a desperate dive to repass both cars. Leclerc, though, has the tyre wear. We're off circuit. He chops across, and he gets back up into P1. We just didn't have the tyre wear there on the outside to out-traction him and keep it through. Do we have anything left? One last sector to go in this race, using everything. DRS, ERS. There's a car off, though. Yellow flags. We can't make an overtake here. It's yellow flags. Ah, the Toyota. He's had an engine failure on the last lap. Are you kidding me? And because of that, there were yellow flags. We couldn't make the pass, and now I couldn't get the traction when we went on to green flags. The Toyota has ruined us there. Ah. Leclerc becomes the first repeat winner. After all of the drama and unfortunate start to the season for him in McLaren, he's become the first repeat winner. Oh, that Toyota. Oh, we could have won that. I think we could have got that. Oh.
What a drive! What a driver! Charles Leclerc takes the victory.
Well, that's 2 wins in a row for them now. That's really going to help them gain confidence and start to build that momentum that they're really going to be looking for.
Leclerc coming good at the right time. Back-to-back wins. And he's up into 3rd place. He kind of needed back-to-back wins because of how poor the season started for him. We're still in it. It's still early days, but we could have been a bit higher in the championship at this point. But I know the win is coming. I can feel it. It is on the way. It was a great recovery for Verstappen, by the way, today. And all round, a great race still for the team. And another great race for the championship in terms of the standings. Guys, if you have enjoyed it, hit the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. And if you're around here, then do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.